Well, a former plantation in St. John the Baptist Parish is now a museum honoring the enslaved Americans who worked and lived there. This week I went down to the Whitney to get a look at the damage Hurricane Ida brought to the sacred site and how descendants plan to work to restore the honor. It's the sound of chainsaws and the sight of twisted metal among uprooted oaks.
It's been through a lot now, but it has historically been through a lot.
This is the Whitney, 1 week after Hurricane Ida ripped through St. John the Baptist Parish.
I didn't know what to post on our social media today, but it's gonna be you, baby.
As Dr. Joy Banner surveys the damage left behind by one of the strongest storms to ever hit the U.S. Gulf Coast, she's still processing the unforgivable wrath of Mother Nature.
There were many shocking, horrifying moments for me when I saw the cabins completely flattened and demolished. I didn't realize that the damage to the church was done until a couple of days later, and walked up to the church and realized that the door was completely blown off of its hinges.
The First Community Antioch Baptist Church was built 151 years ago by freed men and women just across the river. It's just one of the many historic and original structures now damaged by the storm on the grounds of the only plantation known to tell the story of slavery through the often untold narratives.
It's very much centered on the life and labor and the contributions of the enslaved Africans and their descendants.
Dr. Banner is one of those descendants, and after deciding too late to evacuate ahead of Ida, she found herself riding out the Category 4 storm in the house her ancestors built, but also feared.
We were there between 16, 17 hours during the storm. It was very scary. At one point, a piece of the chimney collapsed and fell on the roof, and a huge branch from the oak tree fell on the roof, so we didn't know whether the roof was going to collapse. Winds howling the whole time. We did feel as secure as we could in that type of situation, but it was also odd because I imagined my ancestors and the fear that they would get from this house, and here we were seeking it as a space of refuge. And so just very conflicted feelings. These are our Children of Whitney statues.
While some of the Whitney's physical history has been damaged or destroyed, what the storm couldn't shake is the strength and resilience that's rooted in these sacred grounds. Grounds Dr. Banner is now determined to restore, weathering the storm to continue the assignment.
Enslaved Americans, they're our patriots. They are the revolutionaries, and we need to understand and we need to appreciate and just educate people on how much of the backbone of this country is built on them and their labor.
The fruits of which continue to protect and keep watch over the children of Whitney. In Wallace, Louisiana, I'm Jaron Jordan, NBC Local 33 News. So the Whitney is funded primarily through visits and private donations. Prior to the pandemic, they were averaging about 100,000 visitors a year. That, of course, has changed. Now they're facing a big hit being closed due to Ida. They've set up a fund to help with repair and restoration. You can donate through the Whitney's website. We've got a link to that portal. Just find this story on brproud.com.